What's going on, ladies and gentlemen? Welcome back to the channel for another market update. Hope everybody's having a lovely day. And with that being said, let's get into the TA. Before we begin, please like the video. I would greatly appreciate it. And let's get into it. All right, so we're just going to quickly run through the charts here with another simple update here. And I do want to point out right away off the bat, you did get rejected by the 0.38 Fibonacci up here, and you came back to find support again at the 0.5. So in yesterday's update, I told you guys that I was looking for either a gap up through this zone tomorrow, or I was looking for a pullback here to come back and form the right shoulder of this potential inverse head and shoulders. So head and shoulders bottom. And we did end up pulling back right to 435, as mentioned on the Webull update, as well as the Twitter update. If you guys do want to get brief Twitter updates after close each day, they will literally be structured exactly like this. And yeah, you guys can, stay up to date. So go check that out. It would also be supporting me if you went and go subscribed over there and maybe share my stuff. I'd appreciate you very much. All right, so I'm going to point out what's going on here. All right, we're going to come over to the daily time frame. All right, let's just get rid of all this stuff right here. All right, I do want to point out you very clearly are still in an uptrend. Yes, you do want to come up here if you're going to continue this uptrend and come up to that 448 level. We called that a while ago. You are going to want to break this, but small steps, one step at a time here. So let's just put everything back on the chart and let's get rid of all of that. So we did point out you do have this head and shoulders bottom. You did potentially break out here on the 15-minute time frame, but what I noticed today is the time frame we have to be paying attention to, close attention to, is this 30-minute time frame. If you do notice, all of these closes, all right, this is no coincidence that we're getting these closes, guys. You came down, you bounced off the 0.5 fib down here along with our demand zone that we were paying attention to. You did not get a close underneath it. What happened on the 15-minute time frame? You did get a close underneath it. So it tells me what we have to be watching over here is the 30-minute time frame. It's not a coincidence. Look at this. All right, you did have the 15-minute close above here, but if you were paying attention to the 30-minute time frame, boom, bop, bing, boo, pow, you got perfect rejection at the last minute. You can also come over here to the hourly time frame. What I did see, so I was watching this, and they slammed this thing down just in time to close out the hourly wick right here underneath this level. You are going to be watching 436.73 for a breakout. You want to see a 30-minute close above there for continued upside. I am going to point out right now, along with this inverse head and shoulders formation we have right here, which I refer to as the head and shoulders bottom, we also do have an ugly double bottom going on here at the 30-minute time frame, and that is just about at 434.70, we'll call it. So to get a breakout over that, you do need that close above the 436.73, and that should be enough juice to send you up here to 438 and then 439 supply up there. And again, guys, I'm just going to remind you, hey, all right, supply and demand. We came down to demand. We shot up to supply. This is if you're loading up at demand, such as we did, you want to be, you want to be cutting up there at supply. You at least want to trim your position. Like, let's say you had 3 contracts, you want to take two contracts. All right, guys. If you had next Friday's expiration, guys, you were up pretty hefty by the time you got up here. Like, I'm talking, anywhere from 60 to 70%. Do not just let this, go by. Don't let the market take your money. In reality, we get these opportunities pretty freaking often here in the market, and we might as well just keep trading with the trend. We can load up at demand, we can sell at supply, and then when the trend finally switches down, when this macro trend finally switches down, which now we do effectively have this higher low here. So if we do see some action like this, we come back underneath here, all right, and we break this, we get a daily close. What does that tell us? The trend is beginning to change. So after that, we will be looking for a lower high at some point after that happens, and then boom, now you can start literally just loading up at supply and selling at demand. That's as easy as it's going to get there. But carrying on over to QQQ. What are we watching on QQQ? QQQ, all right, so you were in this up trading channel, all right, you can literally take that right there, and you could see we're very clearly in this channel right there, and if you are paying attention to it, hey, all right, from there to there, you knew like you were coming up there. But you would have only noticed this thing right here. All right, so you would have had to wait for that bounce. Regardless, I am looking to see what happens on this back test of it. That is going to be just around our resistance right here at 364.88. As you see, we did break above this the supply zone. We flipped it, and then you came up for the double top up there, and now we have broken back down. That is not strength. All right, you do not want to see, you don't want to hold something, have a move go down, and then return back to the start of the move. You just don't want to see it. But what I do like to see here is we have another higher low. So for all I know, all right, this thing could just be a higher low here, just like we had over there, and then we could be going up. And what you want to be watching for now is a break of this level. All right, it's not going to be exact there, but you're looking for a close above that level. Now, I do also want to point out what I'm potentially seeing here is a bear flag. All right, we potentially do have this bear flag going on right here. And again, we're just going to have to see what happens on the back this here. If you start, seeing if you can't get a close above it like you did over here, that was signifying, hey, all right, the game is on. Well, guess what? All right, you could very well be coming back. And look at that. You did end up bouncing off your 0.38 bit right there. So I guess we will finish things off with IWM. So I did say I am liking how IWM is looking for upside up into the zone. I was, I mentioned this in yesterday's, it was either yesterday's video or it was in yesterday's video. I put this arrow on the board right there. All right. I was looking for you to back test here, or you were just going to start gapping up. You were going to go up to the zone. Pretty much the same on all indices, guys. We need to see a gap up above, above the supply here, or we're going to very likely come back and test our last demand, which is all the way over here. And on IWM, that was right here. We did end up getting that bounce. So far, buyers are still showing up and putting in these, you broke out of this potential range over here, not potential, but the smaller range, out of this big range we got going on here from there to there. And now, as far as I'm concerned, you are making these higher highs, higher lows, higher high, higher low. So we are going to have to see what happens. If you do see this high break, right? I know there's a lot of errors on the chart. If you do see this break right here, all right, you could stall out here at 180, 184.60, I think this is. Yeah, 184.60 to 185. But if you do end up breaking up above there, you're going to be in this range up here, and that comes all the way up to 187. So if you are an IWM trader, there you go. And yeah, the last thing I'll mention, if you do want to, get intraday updates on SPY and QQQ, along with the other indices and individual tickers, and then see how I am trading this market with my options trades, check out the private group. Link is down below. And with that being said, I will catch y'all in the next one. Peace.